Not true believers. It's your man Keanu Please. Guys, if you're broke and you're completely out of patience, then guess what? You're always going to be broken out of patience in cryptocurrency because the rules are simple. Invest and hold. So if seeing a dip and not understanding a dip or even a prolonged dip isn't something that you can do, you shouldn't be in crypto. You should be collecting Pokemon cards and then eating them. This is not financial advice, but I am always right. All right, guys, let's get after it. Before I get started, I wanted to say if you're on Twitter and you are one of those tweeters who is mad at me because you're a bad investor, LOL. You should learn how to hold. Anyway, CoinGecko is trading at 1.967 trillion, which is down about $40 billion from yesterday. And this is not the fault of anything but general market sentiment and investors playing the game. So all the indicators say that Bitcoin is about to blow to 55,000 and that it's going to happen just like that. So be aware, be ready for it because it's coming. Some others are saying that Ethereum is going to end up even higher than Bitcoin on the percentage charts because the deflationary nature or the soon-to-be deflationary nature is going to kick in. It's going to make a big difference. But one other thing, did you see the lift on DEX Tools? DEX Tools is up 105.9%, and that was almost overnight. So if you had a bag in there, good game. Moving on. Okay, guys, Bitcoin, Ethereum struggle to hold key support. Altcoins slide lower. That just means what I told you it meant every single video, even though everybody keeps telling me, are we in phase 3? No, we're not in phase 3. We are still struggling our way through phase 1. Until we get that blow off at 55,000 and the market explodes, then this is what you can expect to happen right now. You're going to see some highs in altcoins because people want to get in early. That's FOMO. Then they're going to come back out because it's not happening. Do you know why? Because it's those people on Twitter who are not good investors who are saying things like, well, it's been 20 minutes and I put $20 in. How come I'm not a millionaire yet? Duh. So anyway, most major altcoins are moving lower. Ethereum is struggling to stay above 3,000 and it might even fall below 2,950. XRP is down 10% and it is approaching the USD 105 support. ADA and BNB are also gaining bearish momentum, and they're not gaining bearish momentum. They're just dipping a little bit. Don't listen to these people when they keep trying to tell you stupid shit. Moving on. All right, guys, there is a new way to get rich in the crypto market, and that is being a backstabbing little shit. The U.S. government now offers informants crypto rewards in addition to bank wires and suitcases full of cash. Even the United States government is trying to get you to turn on your friends and stab them in the back. What more do you expect from the United States government? Moving on. All right, guys, Bitcoin will remind everyone who the king is, says trader as Bitcoin dips to 44K. New all-time highs are all but guaranteed when the time is right, the latest analysis claims, as both Bitcoin and altcoins take a breather. Data from Cointelegraph Market Pro and TradingView show Bitcoin hitting local lows of 44,215 on Bitstamp overnight, a continuation of consolidation seen on Tuesday. The latest market dip, a $3,800 come down after Bitcoin saw rejection at 48,000 several days ago. This was expected. The seller pressure from that level and upward remains significant, with bulls so far lacking the momentum to absorb their positions. For popular trader Pentoshi, however, this was a temporary feature. Bitcoin, he argued the other day, will remind everyone who the king is. And that's the market that we're in. We're not in a market where there's artificial Wall Street sentiment driving these numbers down. These downs are coming from people who are selling off because they're just trying to take their profit. And you know what? If Bitcoin holds strong and continues to gain support, then they're going to have to buy back in higher. It's the way that it works. It's the way it's always worked. So I believe that we are in the spot of we're at $2 trillion, or almost $2 trillion in market cap, which means that the money's out there and it's staying out there, and Wall Street has no invested interest in making this market dip anymore. So you can expect $55,000 Bitcoin very, very soon. Moving on. As Keanu's sitting at 1,009, that's down 10% from yesterday. And I know what you're probably saying. If you're a poor investor, why no, is the moon not because it's high? Because I put money in the other day. Why I know rich? Well, that answer is simple. You don't know how to invest, and you didn't listen to the first part of this show. So sit tight, hold on. Be glad that you're not in Kishu, because it tanked dramatically in the last 24 hours. So did Sandshoe. Shiba, by the way, for those of you that weren't paying attention, was testing 9,500 not 2 days ago and is now sitting at 7,000. So when I keep telling you that we are not in meme coin season, then I mean we are not in meme coin season. We are still testing phase 1. Let's move on. All right, guys, let's get on a little rant here. I can't make you a good investor. All I can do is not give you financial advice, wink, wink, and always be right about what you should be doing. And what you should be doing is finding a product that you like. When you find the product that you like, then you hold. On the way up, there will be moments when you will take profit. You need to look at your bag, decide how much you have. And just to give you an example, if you are a Keanu holder, it will cost you about $50 in a good low market to make a transaction. And that is pulling out and going back in when you get into the dip. So if you're trading at 1,000 right now and you want to take a profit at, say, 1,200, then that is a difference of 200 points, and that means very simply that you've made $200. Now, if you pull out at 1,200 and you play the dip back at 1,000, then you will have 1,150 when you get back in, because if the cost is $50, that is the best thing that you should be doing if you're going to do any movement. Or if you struggle with patience, then you find and you play a good dip. If you're moving around because you're chasing a high, because you're an addict and you just need the excitement, there's a reason your wallet is not fat. And that reason is because you want the excitement and you crave the emotional, whatever it is that gambling addicts have. And you should not follow those sentiments. So you find yourself a good product, you hold on to it, and you wait for the moon. Now, if you're doing that in Bitcoin, it's very easy. But your return on Bitcoin is going to be, right now, you haven't even doubled your investment if you bought in at 28,500, which was the low dip. You are probably sitting at about a 70% profit right now. If you were in Ethereum, then the same thing holds true. You are at less than a 100% profit. If you're in the altcoins, then other than Terra, Axie Infinity, and maybe Dext all of a sudden, then you won't be over 100%. Because they are separate entities in a market. Phase 1 is Bitcoin. And the reason that it is because it's the most stable. And it's the one that people who don't like taking risks get into. And they make small gains. They're big gains because those are big money people. Then you move into Ethereum, a little bit riskier of a product, but if you're in the business, then you know that it's not really that risky a product, and you make a little bit of money off of it. But again, it's not life-changing anymore. It was life-changing a while back. It's not life-changing right now. Then you get into altcoins in phase 3. These are the more risky ventures. These are the ones where they're trying to create a utility and enhance some of the existing services that are currently being provided by Ethereum, by Matic in the Polygon network, or by any other network that's out there. Some are going to be good, some are going to be bad, but generally speaking, you probably already missed the moon. The best you can do is get on board, and get yourself a 5 or a 10x profit, which is still a good deal if you got a little bit of money in it. Then you have phase 4, which is the meme coin market, and that's where we are. The risk here is that you're going to get a rug pull. What you do to check that, go check and make sure that it's not a rug pull. If you know that's the case, then you know that your money is safe from a rug pull. The rest of it, you have to continue to ask yourself questions. I'm always asking questions about what's going on, what's happening, but it's not entirely my place to know everything about Keanu. It's not my place to question everything about Keanu. It's my responsibility to make a decision. Do I want to keep my money in or do I want to keep my money out? And the truth is, I'm in it for the long haul. And the long haul will probably lead to 1 to 2 to 3,000x. And that's going to be enough for me. That's going to take patience on my part. And if I decide, like I said before, to play a dip, then I would then take a risk that maybe it won't go back down. And maybe I will have to limp back in with less Keanu than when I started because I made a bad play. So remember, there's always risk, there's always reward. Make sure that what you're doing is a stable investment in some way. And none of us as meme coins are what you would call a stable coin. If you look at any one of us, then you will know that the price fluctuates based on what a shark or a whale does. We can't really control that because the dilution of money is not at a maximum in this market. It's going to be a lot of whales that are going to be able to sway coin sentiment. So careful with what you do. But you're getting 1 to 2x in Bitcoin. You're getting the same in Ethereum. You're getting 5 to 10x in altcoin. And you get the opportunity for life-changing money in the meme coin market. But you have to play it smart and you have to understand people aren't joking when they say diamond hands. People aren't joking when they say paper hands. Everybody wants to get out and everybody wants to get back in and they want to show everybody that they can do this. But you know what? 95% of people lose. That's why this market is the way it is, and that's why you do or don't make money off of it. As I guess what I'm saying is, have a little faith in your product. Once you've made a choice, decide that it is the right choice or decide that it's the wrong choice and move on and go find yourself the right choice. But when you do find that choice, then you hold on to it and you wait for the rocket ship to come. And if you're in Keanu, that rocket ship is arriving very shortly. That's my time. Guys, let's have a prosperous day.
I've been around since the 80s and wasn't always cool, especially with the ladies. I was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules, selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up, sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarettes.